Hey guys, what's up? MadSeason here, back with another video for you. As the days pass, the big 7.0 pre-patch draws closer and closer, so in this video, I thought I'd do an overview of 7.0 and talk a bit about stuff that you can do to prepare for it. There hasn't been any official release date yet, at least at the time of this recording, but speculation has the 12th or the 19th as a release date. Don't take that to heart though, because like I said, those are just rumors. If an official date does get released, I'll have an annotation up right here, so make sure you have those enabled. Now, the way they're going to do all of this is through phases. They're going to release most of the stuff in the initial push of 7.0, and then the rest in the coming weeks after that to sort of ramp up to the release of Legion on the 30th of August. So probably the biggest change with this patch are all of the class updates. Every spec is getting huge reworks across the board. A lot of abilities are being added, removed, or otherwise reshuffled. Gameplay mechanics are changing, some big, some not so big. The most extreme examples being the Survival Hunter's transition to melee, or the Demonology Warlock's new focus on summoning and buffing demons. So everything is going to be really different when you first log in. If you find yourself lost with your spec when the patch actually hits, I do have a handful of class guides for you. In these class guides, I do a very thorough coverage of how these specs play now. I go over all of their skills and talents one by one, talk a bit about their new rotations, and sort of share my impressions and thoughts on how they compare with Draenor. Now, I don't have every spec covered, and some of them are pretty old, so that's something to keep in mind. In general, though, they should be pretty close to their 7.0 counterparts, but some minor things such as number tweaks or talent changes may have happened since I made them. If you do end up needing help with that, I'll have a playlist to all of the specs I've covered in the description of this video. And like I said, I'm still in the process of covering them, so if you don't see your spec in that list, I may have it soon. The most important thing I'll say about these class changes is to look at them with an open mind. I mean, we don't even have our artifact weapon in 7.0, and that plays a huge role with how your spec plays, so definitely don't take it as a final product. Things are going to be incredibly imbalanced when this patch releases, just like every pre-patch, so if you're lagging behind in DPS or you're getting destroyed in PvP, just remember that you're playing these specs 10 levels below their intended level, and you don't have that artifact weapon yet. Speaking of PvP, we're also getting the revamped honor system. We now have separate honor talents, and you get these by getting honor levels. It's a whole new leveling system. You can level up to 50, and along the way, you'll unlock various talents to use in PvP. And once you hit level 50, you can reset your level back to 1, which grants you some cosmetic awards such as mounts, transmog gear, artifact appearances, and so on. There is a catch though, and that's the fact that it only unlocks once you're level 110, so while it may be in-game and you'll see a new interface, you won't be able to actually progress in it until Legion releases and you finish leveling. The Appearance tab is also making its debut. This is a huge improvement to the whole transmog system in general. This allows you to collect just about every weapon and armor model in the game without having to keep it in your inventory or void storage. It is account-wide just like the other collection systems such as the mount and pet collections, so as long as you unlock something on one character, you unlock it on every character. Although there are some exceptions such as the old Grand Marshal and High Warlord gear to name just one. I did make a full-blown video about this not too long ago where I go into specifics, so if you want a full rundown and preview of that, I'll have an annotation right here and a link in the description. Another thing is that, in general, there are a lot of various nerfs and buffs to all sorts of stuff. For example, the whole glyph system is getting a rework, and a lot of the glyphs are turning into 1 silver vendor trash, so you're going to want to sell those before the patch hits. Another big change is the fact that all of the Garrison Gold missions are getting switched to resource missions, and a ton of other stuff, just way too much to list in this video. Not to send you to 100 different videos, but I did make a video about this one too, where I list 15 things you should do before the patch hits to save and earn some gold, and just things that are beneficial to do now in general. Once again, I'll have an annotation for that right here and a link in the description. Like I mentioned, in the coming weeks after the expansion, they'll be rolling out more content. They haven't given any specifics yet, but sometime after the patch and before August 30th, we'll see the Invasion event. During this event, the Burning Legion will start off their invasion of Azeroth, and you have to do some globetrotting to thwart them. By doing this, you can unlock various transmog sets, achievements, and more. I did also cover this thoroughly not too long ago if you want more details on that. Once again, you can find that in the description of this video. Demon Hunters will also be released before the actual expansion releases, but only if you pre-purchase the expansion. Once again, they haven't shared an exact date, but they said the latest you would have to wait would be the 17th of August before you can play them. So at the very least, that's 2 weeks for you to get some good playtime in with them to see if you want to make them your new main or not. I think they're very fun to play, although they're not my favorite. They deal monster damage and their mobility is amazing. Plus they use glyphs, which is pretty awesome in my book. And sort of the climax to all of this is the battle in the Broken Isles. This is the start of your Legion quest chain. It's something that's mandatory to get to the Broken Isles. I won't spoil it here, but it is a pretty awesome event. My mind was blown by the time I finished it to where I was just sitting in my chair going, no way. It was pretty nuts for sure. But that about covers it, I guess. We've been waiting for such a long time for this, so I'm glad it's finally come. Going 13 months without a major patch is just insane. But it is a lot of content, so hopefully you guys and gals enjoy it. At the end of the day, just have fun. That's the most important thing. So this sort of marks the end of my Draenor coverage, although it won't be official until the 30th, I guess. I'd like to thank you all for watching my videos for so long. It really means a lot to me. Let's hit Legion together and just have fun with it. Anyways, I hope you found this video helpful. Give it a like if you liked it, and if you really liked it, let me know in the comments and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching, good luck, and peace.